Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, back with another Big Hype podcast brought to you by our great friends at Hype Energy Drink. Please enjoy their drinks. Links in the bio. Bravos boxing gloves. Protect yourself at all times whilst in the ring, whilst wearing Bravos. And our new sponsor, Combat Ticks. Get your tickets direct from the fighters. Help them and buy direct through Combat Ticks. But anyway, joining me in the studio today via his house from Mid-Wales.
Yeah.
Roughly. Mid-Wales, roughly.
Yeah.
Ashley, John, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, all good, John. All good, mate.
Good to have you on. We'll ask the same question we ask everyone that comes on the podcast, which is how and why did you get involved in boxing?
As a young boy, I got getting kind of bullied, kind of thing. As a young boy, I thought it was bullying, but people were getting obviously a bit of banter. I was taking it a little bit too serious, and I was coming home and punching holes in my kitchen wall, because it was plasterboard. Holes were just appearing out of nowhere. Mum was like, "Right, this can't keep happening. We need to find something to channel the anger." And one of my friends, Jonathan Gwilym, was going along to a boxing gym in Blaengarw.
Yeah.
And that was it. I followed along. The first session, Di Roberts, my coach, but he turned me away. I turned up late. The bloody bus turned up late, and he was like, "Nah, you're 5 minutes." You know, it's like the old school rules.
Yeah, old school. Yeah.
Well, 5 minutes late, you're not coming in. I was like, what? The next session, I made sure I was on time, and from then on, obviously, it made me disciplined for the army and everything as well through that. But yeah, I made sure I wasn't late from then on.
Did your mum have shares in gypsum or anything like that? And
No.
Fix up the house because you were doing that. Wow.
Well,
it's good. That's a really interesting way of doing.
Yeah,
it.
it was a way of channeling that anger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a small, chubby kid, and I played football with Betos. I had a bit of a not bad upbringing, but my mum and dad split up as a young when I was young, and we moved to a caravan park called Riverside in Swansea.
Right.
So I lived on there for a bit, and then I moved into a hostel.
Yeah.
So. No, I mean, my upbringing was a bit unsettled, and I think obviously the inside anger and stuff came from, I really want to see my dad. I didn't see much of him, and that inside anger, so on top of the people trying to bully me or trying to have a bit too much banter, and I was taking it a bit serious. Yeah, I think it just channeled from there, and that was it. The rest is history. I went on, like I said, to win Commonwealth medals. Do you know what I mean?
We've done some amazing stuff in the amateurs. So when you started, when was your first bout roughly? When you?
My first bout was around 12 years old.
So that's pretty good.
Within my fifth fight, I was in the Welsh final against Sean McGoldrick. I advanced. My coach would not let me get in the ring until he knew I was ready.
Yeah.
I was in the gym for about a year and a half, nearly 2 years before I even had a fight.
Yeah. So, yeah, we both worked on the amateurs, so we know that's changed a little bit. But I mean, the old school coaching probably, in this case, obviously was very, very useful for you in getting you to that place. As you say, Sean McGoldrick gone on to great things, in the pros as well as doing well through the amateurs as well. You touched on the Commonwealth success and the Commonwealth thing. You've done a lot more than in that in the amateurs. Just highlights of your amateur career.
Yeah, I joined the army 2008, and in 2009 I was on the boxing team. Within 2 years of being on the boxing team, 2011, I was on Team GB. The army escalated me to levels that I never thought I could ever achieve. And being on Team GB, seeing the likes of Anthony Joshua, sparring Nicola Adams, getting beat up by women constantly. But yeah, it was a great experience, and one I never thought was possible. But obviously, being part of the military, we had full-time training within the military, led me on to do things that I thought I never could achieve in boxing. And I went on to achieve Commonwealth medals, national championship medals, won the Welsh 5 or 6 times. I boxed the likes of Joe Cordina, Josh Taylor, sparring the likes of on a daily basis. Charlie Edwards, Nicola Adams, Nisa Whiteside. You pretty well.
Household
I
names in
mean,
boxing now, pretty much. So, so
yeah,
some
no,
of
I
the names you
mean, you
thrown out
got
there.
Sam that's sharing rooms with like Sam Maxwell, Joshua. You got Fraser Clark, who we were good friends.
Yeah.
Anthony Fowler, all these boys and ladies who have gone on to achieve so much
Yeah.
in the sport, and these are the type of people that I was surrounded by for years. I'm quite I study the game, so I study different styles. I'd finish my training session, and a lot of people would find it quite weird that I'd stay behind and I just watch people train. It's just because I loved seeing how other people done things and whether that would work for me. I'd give it a go, and if it worked for me, I'd carry it on. If it doesn't work for me, then you don't do it. But I just, I mean, being around these type of people on a daily basis, it's only going to escalate your levels to levels that you never thought were possible for yourself.
Yeah, there is obviously that saying that goes, you are the sum total of your environment and also your 5 closest friends. But there's that sort of thing. So if you're in that environment and you're around, as you say, the greatness that is there, Joe Cordinas, the Nicola Adams, the Joshuas of Anthony Joshuas of this world, then yes, understandably you want to engage and learn as much as you possibly can and take as much from that environment as possible, I guess, as well. How did the army help then? I mean, you said that the army took you to
So
new heights,
like
but how did that help you?
it escalated me to new levels. The people you're fighting on amateur scene, they're working 9 to 5 and they're in the gym in the afternoons. They struggle to get, maybe they do a run before work. I mean, if they can, sometimes they're up at early hours, crack of dawn to get their work done. Because at the end of the day, you're not getting paid as an amateur. In the army, I was getting paid. I was full time fighting. So I would wake up, I'd go for a run, I'd come back, I'd have a breakfast, I'd have a bit of breakfast. Then at 10, 11 o'clock, we'd be out, bit of strength and conditioning, or a bit of pads or bag work. And then in the afternoon, we do some more skills and stuff like that. So, and we had training programs that were set for us. We had a team of fighters that were around our weight. So we had a variety of sparring, and you're a paid athlete, but
Yeah,
you're an
that's what it
amateur.
sounds like.
So I was on the army boxing team.
Yeah,
I never won a Welsh title as a junior. You know what I mean, before I joined the army, I never won a Welsh title. I went on to the army boxing team. First year as a senior, I won a Welsh title. Went on then to win. Like I said, just escalated me to new levels. I'm so thankful for what the army did for me and what it's done for me as a boxer. It's like my dream as a kid was to be on big stages. And for them to allow me to be a full-time athlete, get paid full-time, get a good salary. I was getting paid more than half of the people on Team GB, because I was getting a wage. I was getting a wage off the army and a wage off Team GB.
yeah.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
So you had so basically they as you say, they trained you, paid you to train, but you had, I suppose, unlike others, like you say, a plethora of people. I'm guessing there was different camps and different, you
Well, we
challenged the camp up
travelled.
the road.
You travel.
Exactly.
You travel. We went to Tenerife on a training camp
Yeah.
with the army.
Yeah.
We went there before the combine services, the TKO gym in Tenerife. I mean, we used to go Repton quite a lot, sparring. Some of the Guildford and stuff would come down to us for sparring.
Yeah.
We travel a lot.
Cracking.
The army boxing team are full-time athletes. These people are. I mean, they can, because they're amateurs as well. So on the amateur scene, like, they can pick up fights whenever there's a fight available on the amateur scene. Because if somebody pulls out, the army boxing team are there and their fighters are ready to go.
That's great. I mean, yeah, it's a unique situation, I suppose, in that capacity. You took full advantage of that opportunity that took you, as you say, all the way. Army, then you did turn pro.
Yeah, so I turned pro. It just didn't work for me. Wanted me to fight a lot of journeymen. I fought a guy who was my debut and his debut, on Jackson. His brother Stephen Jackson, who I was aware of, was a journeyman. I think he won 1 out of like 29. He won his first one.
Yeah.
Stopped his opponent, but then most probably realised he weren't going to get fights unless he went on the road.
Yeah.
Went on the road and went on to take losses because he seen that there was a money side to the boxing as well as winning it. I weren't willing to. I was 31 when I turned pro. I weren't willing. I'd just been on Team GB. I mean, won Commonwealth medals. I was at that point where I was just like, right, I really want to give this a shot. I weren't willing to fight journeyman. I wanted 50-50 fights from a word go to get me from zero to hero as quick as I could.
So what happened then after that? Because
nobody was willing to take a fight.
Debut.
Yeah, his brother won his debut, but I boxed Sean Jackson and I beat him on that fight. I won that. I just dropped him in the 4th, but we went on to a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find a fight.
Just couldn't find them. There's just nothing.
No. Well, nobody's willing in the pro ranks to fight somebody 1-0 who could possibly put a dent on their career. They all want a pink and fluffy record.
Okay.
To con a crowd for them to look good, so they can come and pay to come and watch them, and which I didn't like.
So you were a threat.
Well, 100%. Commonwealth medalist. I was there I weren't going to turn up to lose. I was there to fight. And that's the thing. If they've got a threat that's going to come and someone's going to come and take their record away or take their O away, their next fight they might sell 30-40 less tickets because they've got a loss on their record.
Okay. It's a game, isn't it? I mean, it's the business of.
Well, it's the business side of it, isn't it? And they need people to come and watch them fight.
Yeah.
And like you said, the pro game, it's a money game. These people, unless they sell tickets, nobody's going to come and watch. Unless they sell tickets, nobody's getting paid.
It's getting paid, yeah.
The managers need to get paid. Yeah, everything.
Managers, promoters.
On my fight, my first fight, I paid my opponent. I didn't know this at the time. I paid my opponent more than I got paid.
Sounds about right.
And I won. And I sold all the tickets.
Yeah, it seems a bit of a.
How does that work? He turned up. He travelled from Manchester. I think he's from. He travelled from up north somewhere down to Cardiff.
Yeah.
And I paid for him to come down, and I won, and he gets paid more. How does that work?
That's the way the game works, I guess, and that's the way it works. Moving on, obviously, the pro career was very short then in that capacity. One fight, that's it. But
it was just a struggle,
undefeated record as a professional. I mean, that's something to hold on to, I suppose, in that capacity. But you've then progressed into, as I know you then realistically through the refereeing, the R&J side of it, and the official side of working with the game.
I just didn't want to leave the sport. I love the sport, and my wife knows that. Like, without boxing now, I tend to lose my way kind of bit. I tend to get lost. Don't know who I am again. I'm like, I mean, boxing is part of me. The combat of fighting is within me, and it's in my blood now. It's been my life. My wife totally understands. My wife backs me all the way now to say, look, she's the first one to tell me when I haven't been to the gym, get your ass to the gym because you're doing my head in.
So the discipline, the structure has really helped you maintain, stability in your life.
Yeah, and I think obviously the army has been a big part in that for me as well.
Yeah.
Discipline, structure, courage, all the morals of being a soldier has helped me with my fighting career as well. I mean, discipline is one that is massively important. And my civilian coach, who's Di Roberts, my best man at my wedding, Do you know what I mean? He's not a young man. He's pushing on a bit now, but like I couldn't think of having anybody else in my corner than somebody who would change my life for the better. And I was living in a hostel. He was there for me.
Yeah.
And to make sure I was fed as a kid when I was going to the gym, he'd come and make me meals, and he'd deliver them to my house to make sure I was fed for the gym.
Wow,
What a man!
awesome. Wow, what a community! What a man! Yeah, indeed, fantastic.
Yeah, and
Wow.
changed my life.
Yeah.
And changed my life. Give me the morals. Give me that kind of father figure I needed at that time. Do you mean? And then I went on a couple of years later to go and find my father, and yeah, you'll never separate me and my dad now. We're so close.
Solid. You said obviously your wife supports you there, and when you tells you to get to the gym, when you get to the amateurs, so you're still involved, as you say, with the R&Js now as well. How do you find R&J, and how do you find refereeing and judging as compared to being in the ring? Do you want to get in there and tell them how to
It's the as a fighter.
Yeah.
When you're not fighting, it's the closest you're gonna get to feeling a fight. When you get two quality, even juniors and females are more technical fights nowadays. When you get two good fighters in front of you who are putting it all on the line, amateur boxing is 50-50 fights 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to take a fight on an amateur scene if it's like, nah, you're just gonna beat my. No, I mean, you're just gonna beat my opponent, my boy. I'm not gonna put him in. That's all they say. So unless it's 50-50, it's like, yeah, my fighter's got a chance. They don't. No, I mean, they don't put him in. You're in that ring with fighters who believe they can win, and when they've got that belief, and both of them have got that belief.
Yeah.
They come to fight, and it's amazing being in the middle of that, and you're just there, and you half of the time, I mean, the whole idea is for a referee not to get involved as much as they can, because if they can let the fight go on, it's going to entertain the crowd more. But obviously, we're there to ensure the rules are abided by, not infringed. That they're scoring the right shots, they're hitting the correct parts of the target, and it just so happens that sometimes we do have to jump in. But as it gets on with the more experienced fighters, it's very rarely you have to step in, and you can sit back and just enjoy the fight.
Relax. We've both been in the ring and watched those things. It's definitely
amazing.
Unique experience being a referee. It challenges, lots of challenges as well on the way. And you're judging. I mean, what you enjoy. I think this is we're boxing kind of things where it's all very well. It's not like football where you've scored a goal. You're looking at a lot of different aspects, a lot of different techniques. You're trying to sort of see which way and it depends on styles as well. With a lot of clash, sometimes you're looking at different styles and how each. How those styles have clashed together, which ones come out more dominant, which one looks more powerful, which one's taking more control. There's lots of aspects of it, and which one you prefer. At the end of the day as well, I think that's probably the boxing is a little bit subjective in that respect. And
yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be. And judging is a hard one. Obviously, like being on the side, you got different angles. You got different opinions sometimes of what type of fighters they like. But there's one scoring criteria, and it don't matter how you box. It don't matter. I mean, how you box, who you box in. There's one scoring criteria: who lands the most shots on the scoring part of the target with sufficient force with the knuckle part of the glove. So sometimes you're looking at fights and you're thinking that's a clear winner, and there's not. It used to annoy me sometimes. But I judged a lot on the England boxing scene as well as Wales. I refereed with England and Wales. It became the fact that because I'm in the military and I'm based in Wales, Army boxing are registered with England boxing. Mm-hmm. Wales boxing are a different organisation, which is one thing I think amateur boxing need to sort out, because Wales, England, Scotland are under GB, but they're separate organisations. They both sometimes, like, they have their own rule sets or have it's crazy.
I think
They're under one.
that's one for the politicians, mate. I think they want to sort it out amongst themselves.
It's crazy. This is one of the things that kind of like I really wanted to go back to the Commonwealth Games as a referee and a judge. I feel like I'm young enough to have done it. Because I could have gained the experience for within a couple of years, and maybe not the next one, maybe the one after that or the one after that. I could have looked at doing it. I mean, gaining the experience and getting the bouts under my belt, going up the grades and doing it right with obviously because I'm registered with England Boxing and I'm based in England. It comes like I found it hard to like advance with. I can't advance with Welsh boxing because I'm not under their thing. Yeah. England ain't gonna make me advance because they're not gonna promote me and put me on higher
because you're doing
grades because I'm not with them.
Yeah, because you're doing stuff in Wales. I can see your frustration on that one. That's that doesn't make an awful lot of sense in that capacity, particularly when it comes to the R&J side of it. I mean, and it would be better to, I suppose, have a set of rules for all of that, because then it'll elevate our boxers too when they get to Team GB. If they come from the Welsh background or they come from the Scottish background or even the English background, they know exactly what's expected, and they obviously, when they get higher, and higher,
the GB
the expectations are the same.
Yeah, when the boxers are on GB, they're all on the same playing field. I mean, whether they're from Wales, England, or Scotland, when they go abroad as GB, they're under the same. It's in the same playing field there. They're under the IBA now, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, IBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's park the R&J stuff. Let's park the referee stuff, because you're still in the ring. You're still getting back into the ring, and you're back into the ring in potentially. Although we said this is like a new sport, but it's not a new sport.
Yeah,
it's still one of the oldest sports in the world, but it's now being done in a new way. So you're in the bare-knuckle scene now. You're in the BYB.
Yeah,
scene in the
so
triangle.
BKB is called now. Yeah, they've just turned it back to BKB.
Oh, is it
so bare-knuckle boxing?
Change it again. So there you go. I'll try and lose track.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a bare-knuckle fighter on you before. So
it was BKB, and they transferred over. An American company came over called Backyard Brawl, BYB. And now they've revamped the name back to BKB because it's bare-knuckle boxing. It is what
it is. Yeah.
Why not call it bare-knuckle boxing? Yeah.
How do you find that style then compared with the amateurs, the pro side of it? How does it?
It's a different sport again. A lot of people think that you're a good boxer, you can be a good bare-knuckle fighter. You find you look at some of the bare-knuckle fights. I got an idol within professional boxing, and he's on the amateur scene as a coach now. Frankie Gavin. He went into bare-knuckle boxing and he got stopped his first in the first round, I believe. But he's an incredible fighter. That doesn't. I'm not taking nothing away from him here. So please don't think I'm causing any disrespect here, because I think Frankie Gavin is an amazing fighter. But it's a completely different sport. Bare-knuckle, you don't want to be taking shots bare-knuckle. And the thing for me is as an amateur, you can hide behind, and as a pro, you can hide behind your gloves.
Yeah.
As a pro, you can't hide behind any gloves. There's no gloves there.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be taking shots on the hands, or the wrists, or elbows, or face, or chest. You don't want to take shots altogether.
Yeah.
You got to be good at. You got to have the, as they say in dodgeball, duck, dodge, dive.
There's more duck and dive in.
Just don't go doing any diving.
Right. I've watched a little bit of it. I know. I've watched tried to watch your fights before coming on as well. So I was trying to sort of find them on YouTube and stuff. I did manage to catch down your first one. You didn't quite go completely your way to start off with, because you got put down on the.
Like I said, it's a different sport, and that's what made me realize from that fight on. I was like, right, I need to use my head a bit in this game.
Yeah.
This guy just run at me and bare-knuckle. I was like, right, let's have it. Because I love a scrap. That's me. I'm all for a scrap.
All for it.
That was me as a fighter, as a boxer. But he came at me and just smothered my work. I couldn't get my shots off. Couldn't get the distance to be able to land the shots. And then suddenly he put me down twice.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay. But like, I got the Welsh heart within me. You have to bloody nail me to the floor to keep me down. So I got back up.
Dragon power.
And then he tired. He tired.
Yeah.
After about 2 minutes of the round. And then he slowed himself down coming towards me, and I walked him straight onto a crack in my hand. It was a perler.
And then you've had 2 fights. The second one was a little bit.
Second one was a bit of a risky one. Another one. Yes, it was another risky one. This guy had beaten the guy I fought at the start. They both fight on the unlicensed boxing scene. He done a bit of hybrid boxing, so he boxed with MMA gloves. So
he did
yeah,
have, there was a little bit of protection.
He had a bit of experience with the smaller gloves. He went on to lose to Joe Randall, the guy I fought at the start.
Yeah.
He went on to sorry. Callum Nulty went on to beat Joe Randall.
Yeah.
Who I boxed first, and then obviously Callum Nulty was second. He beat Joe Randall, and yeah, so it was like, well, let's have a go. I've beaten him, he's beaten him. Let's set up this one, and I stopped Callum in, I think it was 30-odd seconds.
It's just, again, you throw out according to the official time on BoxRec. I mean, luckily BoxRec records these now, I guess, 37 seconds. So I can only imagine he was.
That's with the 10 seconds, though, isn't it?
Probably. So I mean, you put him down the 27. So you put him down in 27 seconds. In that case, if they counted it correctly, I mean, even if they got 8, you still put him down before 30.
Yeah,
that's still, it's still an impressive. Impressive.
Yeah. Callum was a very respectable fighter.
Yeah.
And very good. You know what I mean? He's won a good few unlicensed fights. He won a title in hybrid fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, good fighter. But on that day, I felt different, and I felt more comfortable in the ring. It's a trigon. It's not your normal boxing ring. It's a triangle ring, isn't it?
How does that compare? I mean,
it forces you to have a fight, doesn't it, John?
It brings you into it, doesn't it?
Wherever you go, you're in the corner. As much as you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, you're in that corner. As much as you don't want to be there. If you're boxing on the back foot, you're in a world of pain, aren't you? So I mean, wherever you go, there's a rope in a corner.
Yeah. So I mean, this still means you're undefeated in. It means you're undefeated in BKB then in that case, and obviously
2-0.
Opportunities are coming your way as well. So
a big massive fight came out yesterday, John. You've got this. You've timed this to perfection.
How can I go? What? Go on, tell us all about it. What is the news? I won't let you. I'll let you do it because I don't want to show you.
Yes. I called her at my last fight straight after Callum. I was like, look, I want someone in the top 5. I want a ranked opponent, and I want to put myself in a position to get a title, and I'd love the chance to come out to America. That was the one things I said to BKB, Jim Freeman when he was there, and I was like, that's what I want. I'm telling you now, live on the TV, and this is what I want. I want a top 5 ranked fighter, and I want to come out to America to beat him.
And what's happened?
And yeah, so I've got George Bagalo. He's just come out. So his last fight was actually for the title at lightweight. So he's been fighting at 132, I believe. So 132 pounds. So they do pounds in BKB now because it's like an American company. Okay. So yeah, so it works out. So he's been fighting at around 9 stone. Just over the 9 stone mark. So 9 stone is my weight. So George Bagola.
So we've got a fight then. We've got a world championship shot.
We're both ranked at lightweight as well. So I'm ranked at lightweight because I have been fighting. I have been fighting just over the featherweight limit because we've struggled to find fighters within the UK at our weight.
Yeah, it does seem to be that it seemed to be bigger, more sort of closer to heavyweight kind of guys.
It's mad, mate. Because I won my Commonwealth medal at 49 kilos. I'm now fighting this at 57 and a half kilos, so over a stone heavier. But I am nearly 11 years older than when I won the Commonwealth medal, and I do have wife and kids, so I got.
That's not an excuse.
I'm never making that 49. I'm never making that 49 limit ever again.
Go on, mate. You. I mean, my weight this year has been up and down. I got down to. I was going down to under 200 pounds, and now I'm back over nearly 220 again. I'm like going, I'll do pounds because I can do pounds because I can understand them. But and I know what a pound of fat looks like. But my weight yo-yos and weight yo-yos with people anyway. So I mean, even age, we all put on a couple of extra ones. I've just always been a big lad, so from playing rugby and. When I was a lot younger, I was a lot fatter and a lot bigger. I mean, I slimmed down a little bit when I started working, but again, it is what it is, mate. And everyone's different. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. But we've got a world fight. We've got a world title shot in America.
Well, I've got this is number one contender. So this fight is co-main event in America.
Co-main event, and this is in Vegas,
in New York.
New York. Sorry, why did I think
New
Vegas?
York? Yeah. So this one's New York. In Cinco Casino. This fight is like, if you watch his last fight, he went the full distance with a guy who's an ex-world champion. Yeah, so that is I mean, I'm ranked higher than him in lightweight, but then I'm also ranked number 2 at featherweight. So, the George Bagola, he's ranked below me at lightweight, so he's one below me. I'm ranked 3, he's ranked 4.
Hey, this is gonna be an absolute barn burner. I have no doubt on this now.
Wales versus Cuba in a bare-knuckle fight. If that don't sell you tickets, then I don't know what does.
My friend Peter McCann will be loving this when I send it to him. He'll be like, "Watch this, kid." I was like, "Watch this, mate." It definitely sounds and rings up. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great
fight. This is exciting because I've had I don't know how many opponents I had come through me for this, and I just constantly had people pulling out on me, and I was like, it's never going to happen. I was like, I've got a chance to go to New York, and nobody wants to fight, and then they pulled this one out of the hat, and I was like, wow. I was like, well, wait, that
shows that they're taking you seriously as well as fighters in the promotion as well. They obviously see something in you that they're willing to put some of their top guys up against you. And you said earlier, when we said earlier, you were a threat to potential professional boxers. They still obviously see you as a threat. And I mean, this may be a few years on, but they still see you as a threat in that capacity, and still see you as someone who they can get behind and support as a promotion as well.
I said to Jim, Jim Freeman, who's the matchmaker for the UK.
Yeah.
I said to Jim, Jim understands my plan. I was like, I'm 34. I want to be there as quick as I can. I want that belt, and I want to hold it. I want to sell out some crowds in Wales, in Cardiff, because you've been to Cardiff. You've been, I've
been to the Vale one.
They come, like Welsh fans, they come with a noise. They don't just come to watch and sit there and enjoy a fight. They come to get absolutely hammered. Have a good night and go absolute nuts. And that's, what else would you want? Like, I boxed twice in Cardiff now, in the Vale. And they've both been sellouts.
Yeah.
And the crowds have come with the noise, man.
I mean, it's a little. I think the last one I was at was the Sweatbox one. It was really hot in there, and it was loud. MC shows there myself, so I know how loud that place can be when you're stood in the ring.
Yeah,
it's definitely. You can hardly hear the corners shouting to you and telling you instructions. You just kind of,
The good thing is if when you're a fighter, usually the only people you hear out for is the corner.
Yeah,
And when you can't hear the corner
can't hear
either, you're like,
I know.
what?
that's the
I,
crazy side of it.
it's a good job. Like, you can, well, they are close enough. Like, it's a triangle, so, and the triangle isn't massive.
No,
It's big, but it's not massive.
it's not.
So usually you can still just about, because they're quite close, you can still just about hear the corner.
That's good. So we've got this World Championship shot. When is this again? It's in
This is the 27th September in New York.
New York. I mean,
Massive opportunity for myself.
It's going to be a fantastic night. How do people get involved? How do they follow you? If they want to get involved now and have to listen to you, they want to see this.
So
how do they get involved and follow you?
I got me social medias, so I got them on my hat. So I got Instagram. You got Ashley Williams 1990. You got Ashley J Williams 1991, and then you got me on Facebook. Then Ashley John Williams. So that got them on my hat.
So,
there you go.
We have we have a little closing tradition on the podcast, which is an either or question. So we ask everyone else on the thing just to see they gauge their opinions on this one. So Ashley John Williams, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Round one, let's go. Southpaw or orthodox?
I'm orthodox, so I'd smash a southpaw any day of the week.
Body shots or headshots?
Body shots.
Train alone or with a partner?
I train a lot alone, but I like to do it with a partner because you can do partner work, and boxing partner work's important.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Heavy bags or speed bags?
Heavy. Got to get the power in.
Everyone's a heavy bag player.
They stay still for you. They don't move.
True, they do. Underdog or favourite?
I love being an underdog, but underdog. 100%. You got to be the underdog. Keeps you hungry.
Boxing gym or training outdoors?
I love a gym, but it has to be an old and rusty gym. Can't be a brand new gym. You got that feeling when you go into gyms and you can't punch a bag. I can't do that.
None of these modern gyms that spring up in units and stuff all over the place.
Nah, my old civvy gym was an old church. We used to run down the steps and they'd be creaking at you. So it'd be like, yeah, it's amazing.
Short and powerful punches or long and technical?
Well, I'm a short and powerful puncher, so I'm going to say short and powerful. Because if you're big and technical, us short and powerful people, when we get inside, you're in a world of it.
True. Fight dirty, fight clean.
Clean. Never. Don't be a dirty fighter. Stick to the rules. Abide by the rules. And it makes up for a good fight. Otherwise, you get disqualified, and customers don't get what they cut to pay for.
Fair enough. Loud crowd or quiet atmosphere?
Loud. I want them as loud as possible. I want them to have as good time as I'm having.
The quick knockout or strategic win? No, obviously, I mean that doesn't really apply much, but
we don't get paid for overtime. So
there you go. I knew that was going to be the answer.
But as a light flyweight, it's very rarely you see a knockout. When you do see a knockout, it's always technical.
Okay. Fair point. And hypothetical question, if this fight was ever signed and sealed and delivered to us, who would win, AJ or Fury?
I've actually watched them spar. So now
you've watched them both of them?
Yeah, watched them spar in GB, in Sheffield. Back in the day, 100% AJ. But now AJ's a little bit heavy on his feet. I feel like he's lost his amateur pedigree, where he was really, really good with his counters. I think Tyson will be too agile at the minute.
Okay, so you need AJ to come and spar with you. Yeah?
He needs to lighten his feet up a bit. So if you watch Anthony Joshua as an amateur, he's a lot smaller than he is now. But he was a lot more agile, and he was in and out, and that is what won him a lot of his fights as an amateur. How agile he was. It wasn't exactly his speed. So as an amateur, you don't usually knock people out, but it was his speed and his feet, his ability to like make people miss and make people pay and get back out. Now, if he makes someone miss and then makes them pay, he stays there and gets paid back himself.
Maybe his corner team need to pay attention and get you on the team.
Well, or just employ a light flyweight to get him light on his feet.
Get him lighter on his feet again. Get him on his feet. Ash,
get Manny Pacquiao out there. Get him going on his feet.
Manny or Ricky. Get Ricky in the ring with him as well, Mr. Hatton, and let's see what he can do. And I think there'll be some interesting exchanges there as well.
Yeah.
Ash, thanks so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast. I wish you every success. Going out to New York is going to be an experience and a half for you. I hope some fans
One
get
of
a
the
chance to
bucket
come out
list.
with you. Yeah, but it's a bucket list. I mean, we all want to do. I want an MC abroad as well, so it's on my bucket list to do as well. Maybe one day that will come true. But I wish you every success with that, and I'll be watching. I'm not going to be coming out with you. I'm sorry, but hopefully some fans will get out there as well with watching it as well. The ones who are really into it and follow you. And I wish you every success, and I look forward to bringing back bringing back a championship, world championship BKB.
Yeah.
Wales, hopefully soon.
Just before I go, I want to thank obviously my sponsors and people like that who have who supported me for this fight out in America. I got Jax, I got John Warlow, I got Small Training Solutions. I got what else have I got? I got Vortex, the Flimvy Valley, my boxing club, scuffs and sprays, and then I got Restike UPVCs and doors and windows. So these people and ground and pound burgers in my steak. Hit them up; they got nice burgers. So yeah. I mean, without these people, without these sponsors, these type of stuff would not be possible for us fighters. I mean, it's a lifetime opportunity for me. This, it's like I said, it's tick the bucket list. Get to go out to America, and fulfill like something I believe I was set out to do. I believe I went to the gym as a young kid to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Get out to America and make a name for myself. It's just I'm 34 years old. I'm not getting any younger, John. It's a massive opportunity.
None of us are, mate. And you definitely, like you say, tick the box, but it's a great opportunity, and I wish you every success, Ash. Thanks so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast tonight.
Yeah, legend.
Take care, mate. See you soon. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. And really, I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.